Hi, everyone. I'm just trying to see why we're not live on Facebook. It should show up there in just a minute. There. Well, it says going live soon. I am live. Morning. Hey, I'm trying to see what's going on. It doesn't show that we're live on Facebook, so I will share this over to Facebook, but I do just need to let them know. For some reason, it is not transmitting over there, which, to be honest with you, Facebook's got so many different new things. It's crazy to even try and set up anything. All right, so let me just let everybody know to head on over to YouTube. All right, so we will get going. Yeah, it's not showing up. I'm not sure why, so I did post. And if anybody is, well, I'm kind of keeping an eye here on Facebook too. Anyway, we are going to part 2. Part 1 is on my YouTube. We created, which I'll grab in a minute, we created the album and the pages, but today I am going to do the inside. And I thought we can't get it done today. I'm not going to do the matting, but over on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, there is a picture guide. So I am going to go back and do the matting with you on Tuesday, the 24th. Hi, Tanya. It's not broadcasting on Facebook. So if you can kind of keep an eye out, I did post to head on over here to YouTube. Then after the video, I will share it on our Facebook page. Tuesday, the 24th, I'm going to go back and we're going to do the cover. We're going to do the inside cover and the backside cover. After cutting it, there's no way we can get to these two today because we're doing all of these flips and flaps. You will want, I did use large magnets. Excuse me. So I have those handy. And then little things like this that has the magnet on it. So we will wait until next Tuesday to do that. So let's get started. If you've got your cutting guide, which was also on Scrapbookers, it's in the files. It's under guides. You can print it right out. This is the cutting guide, but I did post the cutting guide in this video at the top. That's what we're working on. And part 1 was the creation of our album. So if you need to go back, part 1 is in there. We've already created our pages and our cover. Same time on Tuesday? Yes, Diane. And we're going to start with page 1. Page 1, front. So if you do not have this with you, we have flaps. You want an 8x9. Hi, Tiffany. You want a pocket that's 3.5 by 9. And there are 2 flaps that are 3 flaps that are 6 by 6. I drop mine all the time. So we have the flaps that go right and left. We have a small pocket on the bottom. And then I created the 3 6 by 6 extra room for those pictures of your puppies. Hi, Molly. How are you? And then you'll have a place to put a photo mat if you like. Now, I create my flaps like that, just a little different. And then I do have my corner rounder. Hi, RJ. Hi, RJ. How are you? So we have our 8x9, cut it a hair short of 9. Always do that. And then it's 8. And then this is going to be the pocket, 2.5 by 9. Again, just a hair short. And our 3 6x6 flaps. So let's start with these guys. And these are going to, we are going to create 2 flaps with these. So I want to put it on the 8-inch side because I'm just going to lightly score. I didn't really impress. It's just my marking. So I can cut it at 4. And I didn't grab my little cutter. So I can show you what I'm doing. So I just lightly, even though you can use your markings, sometimes as humans we don't cut exactly straight, right? Or exactly where we're supposed to. So I want to make sure I did get the middle. There we go. Just a hair off, which is fine. And that'll give me my 2 pieces. And I do this with my flaps so that they're both the same size. You don't have to. You could cut 2 that are 4 by 9. Totally up to you. I just do it this way because then I know I have 2 identical size flaps. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch on the ends. One actually will open to the right, one opens to the left. And the 2.5 by 9 pocket, we're going to score on 3 sides. Everything wants to move. And you're just going to score the 2 short sides, the 1 long side on this one. So you're scored on 3 sides. I tried to make this tutorial so that it was really usable with your scraps. I didn't want you to have to I didn't want you to have to do a lot of cutting into big papers. On the guide it says 6x6. You do have 3 6x6 pieces on the guide. And these are going to be the little flaps underneath. So it doesn't matter what size we'll score on. They are, excuse me, 6x6. And we're going to score at 1/2. I need to just fix this. I love these pencils, but they're kind of like the pencils, right? They will wear down. So I just file them. It's not wrong. Maybe it's just a different piece, Diane, because you have the 8x9, 2.5 by 9, and then you have 3 6x6s. And I printed off exactly what I posted for you to follow. So if these are wrong, then I'm really messed up. And let's go ahead and burnish. Oh, you know what? I hate when really super neat things pop up on my messenger. And I know you're out there, Molly, and I'm looking. And it's amazing. So we're just going to burnish these. You don't even have to cut the corners on these. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to burnish these 2 sides first, just in case we have to fix our pocket. I just want to check side to side. Great. I always check. Now we're going to do those little flaps. We're going to check these in just a minute. We don't want them to hit, just in case we need to take a little bit off the centers. Oh, and you know what? We have to take a little. Oh, you know what I did? We're going to have to take a 1/2 inch off. I was measuring as a pocket, so it's not a pocket. We only have to score on one side. Sorry, you can change that flaps to 8 by 8.5. I was thinking pockets. You know what? I love to have the company too. So we're just going to take off from the end that does not have a score line. Let's take off 1/2 inch. I'm going to take just a hair more, and I love it when it's an easy fit. Yeah, I added an extra 1/2 inch that we don't need. Kind of like weight. Let's not add anything extra, correct? So one to the left, one to the right. They can also open the opposite way if you like. And this is where we can check the fit to make sure we have a little space, because you don't want them to hit each other. And you want that magnet. There we go. Grab my clothespins. It's hard to see on the black. Yeah, looks like I'm going to hit just a little bit, so that makes it an easy fix. And to make these both the same, I'm just going to trim a 1/16 of an inch from the inside of both of these. Well, it won't matter whether it's inside or outside, because at least we'll keep them the same size. Much better. Much better. Now I can go ahead and round my corners. As we're going along, I will also tell you where, if you're going to use a magnet, where you want to put your magnet. So on this one, I'm just going to miter this bottom. I really need to get those scissors out of my tools because they're the damaged ones. There we go. And if you saw my post on Scrapbookers, we have art glitter glue coming. They were able to fill my order after a big scare, but the art glitter glue is being delivered today. So the only size of bottles I don't have are the 4, and they are waiting for more of those bottles to arrive. Let's just line it up on the edge. If you're looking for part 1, the tutorial is here on YouTube. Oh, top. The reason I do that, your matting usually is 1/8 of an inch shorter, and so mitering the corner will ensure that it's hidden underneath your cardstock. You know, I could not resist. I had to use Well Groomed for my animals. because Wilbur is turning 4. In fact, he's going for his 4-year checkup today. I cannot believe he's 4 years old. Or going to be 4. Not till the end of September. We have a little bit to go. Okay, so what I did, and this is from the 8x8, and I'll go over that next week, and I've used Glossy Accents on the cover of it, but the magnet is back behind there. You can see it. It protrudes pretty much because of the front of this. What was that called? Glossy Accents. There we go. And okay, I'm back. I had to mute. Sounded like we had some noise in the background. So we'll put the magnet on next week, and then what happens is it will catch, and it's going to hold those flaps down. Or you can use ribbon if you don't want to use a magnet. And I don't want to lose this. So I'm going to put that right there. Pretty strong magnet too. I use the art glitter glue. I use the basic gray large inside. And we can go ahead and add all of our pockets and elements because the matting will be very easy. I'm just rethinking this for a minute. No, the matting's fine. I did mine on top. And then you'll be able to add your magnet in the middle. And let's go ahead and miter those corners. Maybe both my scissors are going bad. And let's miter that top. And burnish those flat. The adhesive. Remember, this will need to fold, and it will. Hi, Tomalee. How are you doing? Get all the glue cleaned up now so that when that flap folds, see, it's going to lay nice. Oh, good. Okay. I'm going to turn, my book upside down. One thing I should have mentioned, before you start putting everything on, do make sure your book's going the right orientation here. So I'm going to turn it this way. Easier for me to work with it upside down with our flaps. And we are just going to stack these. So this is just a stack. It's not a waterfall. You definitely could create this as a waterfall, but you would need to wait to put it down till after your matting. So I did a stacked, and I'm just going to pretty much center this. And you can either mark your center or you can eyeball it. I'm just eyeballing my center. I find it's pretty close. This is going to sit right at the top. Get my fingers in there so I can make sure not to get glue inside of my pocket there. Just hold it for a moment. See, this is why I like art glitter glue. It catches quickly. I know there's other glues out there, but they don't dry as fast for me. And that way I can continue working. So now I will go ahead and miter these corners before I stack them so that it's more hidden. I don't have that edge out from underneath my pattern paper. And we are just going to stack on top. We'll hold it for just a few minutes, a few seconds. And let's stack the third one. Now this is pretty, and I'm telling you, I've dropped books. I've dropped lots of projects created with art glitter glue, and they don't come apart. But they don't come apart either for mistakes, so your undo does not touch art glitter glue. And you definitely can round the corners on these if you like. I didn't on the original ones. I think I will on these. With our little corner rounder, it makes it easy. And I now carry these in the store. And we have well groomed and just restocked on, oh my gosh, come on, what's the new Halloween for G45? But you really want to go see Country Craft Creations. That will be shipping next week. We have Midnight Ride and Bewitching Hour. Totally unique and new. Okay, so that's going to close. That's going to close. And then we will have a magnet. And the magnet does hold through if you're using the large. Oh, basic gray. Oh, I did put it on the top though. It would not hold as strong if you didn't put it right on top of this flap. So when this closes, you can go ahead and make a mark. See, I have that space there. So I'm just going to basically find my center and make a circle as a reminder to put my magnet there. Now, if you have your magnets and want to put them down now, you certainly can, but make sure it gets on there before you do your matting. Okay, now let's move to the back of page 1. Back of page 1 is just a nice big pocket, and I did round the corners. So that's going to be a great place for me just to stick. He actually gets birthday cards. So I'll put his 4-year birthday cards in there. Still got lots of decorating to do, but I thought we would kind of walk through that together. So back of page 1, which is your pocket. Handy. And it is 6 by 9. Again, I did trim it just a hair short of 9. And we're going to score this with this. Because I cut the corners, I wanted them rounded. I did not score it on all 4 sides like I sometimes do on the bigger pockets. So I have a nice finished edge. We're only going to score on the 3. So we're going to start on the 9-inch side at 1/2 inch, 6-inch at 1/2 inch and back to 9 at 1/2 inch. And we'll burnish those and we'll check the size. I wanted to make sure I wasn't still upside down. Okay, good fit. And I'm going to have to cut through my scoring there. Make sure we get that edge clean. Sometimes, yeah, this doesn't go through a lot of layers. So if you want to go through big layers, you'll use your Crop-A-Dile. But you know what? Mine doesn't. It just cuts funny. So that's why I've gone to this, and it's really handy to grab. I have all the Crop-A-Diles. Still love them, but they don't always cut as nice as I want them to. Bottom, and we're just going to miter those straight across. And now we'll go ahead and add our adhesive. And then we'll put it at the bottom. And there we go. Make sure I got my corners. And make sure nothing is stuck where it shouldn't be. And there's our pocket. Okay, front of page 2. Front of page, no. Yeah, front of page 2 is this one. These are those cute little 4-inch flaps. And I like these because what I'll do is I did 4 for a reason. First, second, third, and then I'll put his, well, actually, I'm going to put the baby pictures of Wilbur when we first saw him, then his first, second, third, and his 4th birthday here. And I thought these would be really cute to have that either on the inside or the outside. And then I could definitely put down, you know, because we did go pick him out when he was 4 weeks old, and that's what I want to put in there also. And then I do have some decorating to do here. And again, I really wanted to make sure we used up all the scraps that we had from these pages. So you're going to cut 4 of the 4 by 4.5. And you should have plenty of those left from when you cut your 8-inch pages. And then you have you have 2 actually. that are 3 by 6. And that is going to be the closure that goes over the top of our little flaps. So we're going to score all 4 of these first, and you want your 4.5 across the top. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch on all of these. Then on the 3 by 6, so with the 6 inch across the top, just go ahead and give those a 1/2 inch score. Can't hold on to anything. Now, let me grab my page. Our pages are 8. You know, I think I did measure these. For some reason, I had really messed up when I made this book. These pages are actually a different size. I was just chugging along. They're a little bit bigger. And that's why the 4s fit. I just realized it last night. I accidentally, for some reason, cut my pages at 8 1/4. I don't know why with 8 1/2. So we are going to take a little bit off of these pockets. I had completely forgot about doing that. And so I can go back in and change it. We're actually going to take these down to 3 3/4 by 4 1/2 instead of the 4. And that's going to give the space we need in between each of them to open and close. I kept thinking my pages, see how close they are? Like, what did I do? And that's when I measured. I'm like, how on earth did I make my pages a different size than usual? Okay, so I'm going to take 1/4 inch off of each one. Pretty easy fix. And I'm going to round the corners. And I am using the 10 mil on all of these. If you have our little corner rounder, then the 3 sizes on here are so convenient. And it's real easy to use. Now on these flaps, you really only have to do one edge if you want mitering, but because I don't know which one I'll grab, I'm just going to go through and miter all 4. Or all 8 edges. And I'm going to burnish those real quick. Make sure they're flat. And so with our book, what I'm doing is just matching one to the top and one to the bottom. right at the edge so it's flush. And again, flush now with the bottom. And these are fun. You can also stagger. So you could even just have a third one here and stagger it any way you want. And they're just nice little additional spots for the smaller photos. Of course, I cut all my photos to fit what I'm working on. And now to the left side, again, just match it to the page. Don't go over the page because you're going to see a little bit of your hinge, or you should, and you don't want it to be in the way of the page turning. So keep it where you can see the page ends on that hinge. Now these are going to be a little closer together than in my sample. So if you're not following along, you go back. You might, if you want to trim them. I don't. I'm okay with it. I still have about 1/16 of an inch, so they're going to open and close just fine. Except this one for some reason. Yeah, that's too far back, so I'm going to take a little bit off. And re-round those corners. And let's re-glue. See, that's already dry. Better. Okay, now I'm going to be a little more picky on this one. I do want the center. Show you. You want it to be pretty much centered, or I do, for your closure. So on these little guys, I'm going to fold that 1/2 inch back and just do a little tick mark at 1.5. And just like sewing, I'll match the tick marks on the paper here in just a minute. And we'll just do a little 4 up there and a 4 at the bottom. Kind of keep things centered. You see my pencil mark, so I'll just match it to there. bottom. Oh, I should have done it first. It's easier to do it first. I did round my corners. I'll get that one, top one, after it dries. Hi, Linda. How are you? Whoops. Rid of all those so they don't get stuck in our project. And burnish and burnish. Now I'm going to add, whoa, I guess I should have checked to make sure those were going to be even. How do I get those off? So let's make them even. There we go. I should have checked that first. And I didn't. Okay, so as you can see, ripping it off, it will rip off, but it wasn't 100% dry, so I was lucky. Well, that's way off from this one. I don't know why. Yes, I will see you in October. I can't wait. So I should have checked this. Should have told you to line the top and bottom up. Sorry if you happen to do that. That's better. Still a little crooked. I don't know. Could be my page. Could be me. Who knows? But it works. Okay, large magnet. I do want to go ahead and put that down. Well, no, I don't. I'll tell you why. I'm just going to make my mark. It makes it kind of bulky while we're working on the back side. And I do put a magnet mark on the top. The magnet's not going on top, but it gives me that, oh, I need to look underneath. Okay, let's do the back of page 2. So that's what that will look like. Like I said, this is a little different. My page is bigger. It was an accident as I was building it. So the back now is where we have the waterfall. And it was originally, I did the fitting to fit this cute little cut apart in the collection. And then I just used patterns and solids and stripes, just more of the plain prints for the backs. And then you have your pocket. And we do put this down. And what I did is I just matte this square here that hides that last hinge. Yeah, so am I, Noreen. That's very obvious. I'm challenged at measuring. And then you can see the little spacer here is where the matting for the pocket went. These are the G45 square tags that just hold that closed nicely. And that's what we're creating next. And I do build the waterfall right on top of the page. So the back, so page 2 back, we have the pocket, 3x9. Now we have the waterfalls, and you're going to have 6 of these. that are 4.5 by 5. So they are going to be 5 inches long, and we're going to be scoring them all on the 4.5 inch side, or the 4.5 inch across the top. And you just want to score at 1/2 inch. There's my 6. So finished size is 4 by 5. Pocket, 9 inch across the top. We're going to score at 1/2 inch. 3 inch side across the top at 1/2 inch, and back to your 9 inch side at 1/2 inch. I do want to check the fit first on this. When I do waterfalls and use the pocket as a closure, I always put the pocket on last in case we need to adjust the height of our pocket, because we don't want the waterfalls, of course, to hit the pocket. I'm just checking the length for the fit, and we're good. Keep your book handy. We're going to put the waterfalls right on our book after we furnish these score lines. Felt like there was 2 pieces there. Hi, Susan. Well, welcome. Oh, you're going to love the artisan cardstock. And I am not easy with it. I'm very rough. Okay, we do not miter any corners. And if you're a little nervous building it on your book, don't be. Because we're going to use, I'm going to move my keyboard. Still put my book here, even though my page doesn't quite meet my scoreboard. I'm going to take my waterfall, and we're going to put the first one down. Okay, don't worry about looking at the bottom. Keep it to the, keep your guide up here on your straight line of your page. And I think that will help. First, I'm just going to line it up at the top. Now, if for some reason you feel more comfortable, definitely take your ruler. And that's why I love this quilting ruler. You can either draw a line with a pencil. The quilting ruler is 3 inches wide. I just picked these up at Joann's. And in my older tutorials, you see me using it a lot. But with the new way I do my covers, I don't use it so much, except like during the construction here, you could definitely put the 3-inch ruler here. And then on the bottom, if you've got something heavy, even a bottle of art, well, we're using it. But if you've got something heavy to stick on the other side, I do have a water bottle, but that would be dangerous. So I'm going to use my, just so I can show you, my stacker. And if you're new, also be sure to join us on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook. Usually my tutorials will be live there, but for some reason today, and I know StreamYard's having some connection problems, but you'll get the cutting guides and other stuff like that that you need. Okay, so I'm not going to use that. Hi, Beth. I just wanted to show you how that works. So use whatever method you are comfortable with. Okay. Now we're just going to keep going. Before I burnish it down, close it, take a quick look, make sure you're happy. If not, you can quickly pull that off. Hi, Mary. Mary has an adorable, adorable dog, puppy. His name is Charlie, and he won our pet contest. And here very soon, you're going to see his logo on my store page. His logo with Wilbur. It's really cute. Wilbur is pulling Charlie in the wagon. I just got glue all over. I'll pop right over there, Susan, and oh, it looks like somebody may have already approved you. We have lots of admins in the group. Okay, that's my last. Now, as you can see, you could even keep going if you like. But I also like to stop because it kind of gives dimension. But you could continue on with your waterfalls if you wanted to cut more. Or if you needed more photo space. Because this is a great tutorial. You don't have to just use well groomed. So there's our waterfall. And this is where I mentioned about your pocket. So it's going to be 2.5, but we do want to check to make sure, you know, it wasn't too close to your waterfalls because you got to get tags in. You need that 1/2 inch to 1 inch so that if you're going to use a tag or tags or homemade tags, you need it to fit to hold your waterfall down. And scissors. Miter those corners. Oh no, I hope it wasn't because of me. My instructions, Tiffany. Well, I think, you know, sometimes our brain is just not there. And that's why I made the pages on the original one bigger than normal. Why I would even make them that big is beyond me. I am one of those who always makes the pages a standard size. Okay. I like to just hold those corners till it catches. And then again, you can make your tags from your scraps. So I have a 6x6 that I cut extra, just for example. You don't have to use those graphic 45 tags. And as long as it covers it to hold them shut, you definitely can just use regular tags. You can do a lot of different things. So when we mat this, then you see that's where that square is. I just measure it, and then I measured to fit in the pocket. And we'll go over those little bit different spots on Tuesday. Okay. Now we have just a nice little pocket, the belly band, it's smaller. The 4x6 makes it look big. That's why I matted it on top of there. So I thought it would look really cute with, and I took the mat out. You know, with the tag behind there. Gives it some extra holding power. So that's what we're doing next. And you want to have just 2 pieces, and they're identical. So we have a 2 3x9s. Again, I really wanted to use up all those scraps because for me, these would usually go in the garbage. And as I was creating this, I thought, no, I got to use these. And that's why, that's where that page design came from. 9 across the top, we're going to score 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch on the 3 and back to 9. Now the top one is a belly band, so we just want to score 1/2 inch on each end. So I'm just going to slide this down to the other edge and score 1/2 inch. So we have our pocket and we have a belly band. And I'll put the pocket on first. I'm going to tell you why. I found with the belly band on, so we have a pocket here and a belly band, it's really hard to get your paper under. So I'm going to suggest, and we'll do it Tuesday, do not put this on until you have your matting. Because I wrapped this around the piece of paper before I glued it down. It was too hard to try and slide it under there and get, whoops. We have work going on too, sorry. And some spacers just hit the ground. So our pocket now is going horizontal. No, vertical. And Wilbert, oh, that just scared him to death. He ran under my desk. And the pocket. And miter the top. Again, keeps the paper from catching on the corners. You know, sometimes our corners don't get glued down. And the paper can get stuck as you're sliding it in there. So I've got my book at kind of an angle here. I've got the front cover towards me so I can see putting the pocket on. And again, just where my cardstock came onto the hinge, don't go over where your hinge folds back or it's not going to turn nice. Oh, it's already stuck. There we go. And let's check. Okay, and again, this is where I won't put the belly band on until I am ready to mat. So I'm actually won't really fit in that pocket. I'm just going to stick it over in this one. It can stick out. Okay, whoops. See that? Oh, that's what I mean. I guess I did get it too close. Okay, let's do this. So good. You just saw what happened. If you get it too close to the end of that hinge. Okay, I need to go on mute here for just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I got something weird here. I don't know what it is. It should actually turn, but it's not. So, where's my good old Cricut tools? This. If you've got yours on, it's not down there too far. If you've got yours on, great. I will redo this before we come back to finish this, but I am taking it off because you can see what it did to the pocket. I'm not sure why. So when you're tearing it off, if this happens, and it happens, just try and do as little damage, do more damage to the piece you're taking off. There we go. All of this will be covered, so I'm not at all worried, but we are going to clean it up. And with artisan cardstock, it'll be fine. I know it looks like a mess, but I promise it'll be fine. I've done this more than once. Just want to get off the extra from the pocket. I don't know what caused it to do that. Okay. So just touch up that, and then when we put matting down, we're fine. That's part of the pocket. Actually, that can come too. That was part of the 1/2 inch. Awesome. Mine, you know what? Usually mine does. So this time it doesn't, but it didn't. Now I'm just cleaning up the edges, so now you'll see what happens when I rip a page off. Okay. Once I put that pocket back on, we are just fine. Yep, everything is fine. That's actually, most of this is just the back side of that pocket. So the page integrity is not even messed up. Oh, I use a file on everything paper, because when you think about it, paper is a wood product, right? Just gently go over those edges, that nice smooth. Then it's ready for your new piece or matting. So I will cut a new piece. I'm going to move it up a little further and see. I had it down too far is all. Because, oh yeah, see, it's turning just fine. We'll finish, and then if I have time, we'll go back and I'll put it on now. Well, you got to see that at least. And that does happen. So that's the one we were working on. And we're going to the back of page 3. Again, we have just a nice little flap. 2x3 photos work great, and a pocket. So we'll try this pocket again to this outside. So the back of page 3, we have a pocket, a flap, and I did put the mat size. And the mat size, I put about 6.5 by 7 that goes inside the pocket. But I had a piece left over that was just 6 by 7.5. So I didn't want to cut a new piece. So 6 by 7.5 is big enough too to fit inside that pocket. I try to use scraps for my pocket mats. There's no like set size unless I need to be really specific, especially on wedding pictures or baby albums. But on Wilbur's album, we're good. Okay, the first piece is going to be our pocket. We're going to try this again. And the second piece is that little flap. And the mat will hold the little flap down. So our 4.5 by 9 inch piece, we're going to score at 1/2 inch on the 9 inch side, 1/2 inch on the 4.5 inch side, and again 1/2 inch. And now my scoreboard, hold on, is just it's a mess from the sanding. So your dollar store paintbrushes are great cleaning tools. Okay, this is 3.5 by 8, just a hair short of 8. We're going to score on the 3.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. And I did round the corners. Okay, I'm going to show you another tool because this right here is driving me nuts. This gets caught in my glue all the time. I'm going to turn off the volume, but I want to show you this awesome Bissell vacuum I keep at my desk. So let me clean this up really quick. I'll put it on mute so it doesn't make a loud noise. It's not very loud anyway, as you can see, but isn't this the coolest little tool? It also has an extender brush on it. I love it. It has, it has this, so you can add it to clean off your scoreboard. And it does have a lot of power. Oh my gosh, Nori, I got this on the Bissell website. Okay, so it's just the little Bissell, and it recharges with my phone charger right here. And then I clean up really well at night. This is so cool. So you can use it. It just stays on. But yes, go to the Bissell website and look for the battery operated. And when you're ready to empty it, you just open that little compartment. But it holds a lot of your little scraps on your desk. And it picks up big pieces too. Anyway, I love this. And it's just at hand's reach. That's what's cool. You know, they may have it on Amazon, and it did take a day or two longer, of course, to get it from Bissell, but it was a little bit cheaper. And let me tell you what, Bissell is a great company because they donate, and they'll have the information on there. When you purchase, some of it goes to help animals in shelters. And that's one reason I went right to the website. If you buy it from Amazon, of course, some of the money won't go to help animals. But they have a big animal program, which I really think is cool. That's going to be the flap. Let's do our pocket. You know what? Once you have it, you'll be lost without it at your desk. Okay. This is the one we're doing. I did not round the pocket here. I'm going to round the corners on this one to match the flap. And I'm just going to check sizing here. And this is going to the outside. So it's going over to the left side instead of by this hinge, which is good because I don't want to go through that again because this page probably can't take it again. So let me go ahead, and if you're going to round your corners, now's the time to do it. I know there are some desktop cleaners like the little, what is it called? Ladybug. And it does good with glitter. It really does. But this, I use this for everything. It's a good fit. Good fit. Those bigger pieces. And grab your book. And again, this is going to the outside edge. Pockets are nice. And I've been putting more pockets in my projects because I have found there's pictures that I just don't get to, and I stick them in the pocket so I don't lose them, and then I go back. So I have been putting a few more pockets in projects because I've really missed using them. Yeah, the Ladybug, it will pick up little tiny glitter and things like that, but this is going to pick up your bigger pieces, and it'll pick up bigger than this. And it's worth, I'm telling you, it's worth the splurge. Oh, see you later. I know, with those have-tos that have to get done. So there's the pockets. And then the flap. It's going opposite. Again, making sure you don't do what I did and get too far down on that hinge, or your page won't want to play nice. So I'm going to come up a 1/16 of an inch from that edge for safety. And again, if you're on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, when you are on the Facebook page, our group page, go to the word guides at the top right underneath my header and click on guides, and you're going to see quite a few videos in there. I don't have them all. I've always thought I was going to get them all in there. Time just flies. But scroll to the very bottom, you're going to see the cutting guide that you can print out for part 1 and part 2. And you're going to see one of our members took the pictures of my video walkthrough, and then she posted it so you can do the matting and see the pictures, and I posted that in there. So that was so nice of her. Okay, looks like we're good. And that's where your mat comes into play to hold this little flap down. I'm going to go ahead and round my corners now so I don't forget. Oh no, they're okay. Try Amazon, Suzette. I know they have become a crafter staple. So do try Amazon. And I had first seen it in Walmart. So I know Walmart had carried them, the Bissell Vacuums. Okay, that's going to hold that close. Let's go to page 4. Page 4, we're going to do this little pocket and flap, and then we have a nice big pocket at the bottom. So for page 4 front, get all my pieces and parts. So page 4 front has a 6 by 7 7/8. That's not the one. That's my mat. So 6 by 7 7/8. That is that top flap. And I always cut them about 1/8 of an inch short. That's what's going to flip up. Okay. Then we have a pocket for the inside that is going to be 9 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to set that aside. Then those two, oh no, on this one, we have, this one is going to be the little corners here. Oh, Molly, really? Molly said in Nebraska at Furniture Mart. So I cut a 4.5 by 4.5 inch square. This is going to become the little side corner pockets. So let's go ahead and score our 4.5 by 4.5 on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. Then my top flap, 7 7/8 by 6. We're going to turn it so the 6 inches across the top and score it 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead and we'll score the pocket. And it is 5 by 9. And we'll score it 1/2 inch with the 9 across the top, 1/2 inch, 5 across the top, and again 1/2 inch on the 9 across the top side. So I want to go ahead and burnish that, but I'm going to take this first. This is our 4.5 by 4.5. I'm going to place it in my cutter. I have the tip there, so it looks like a diamond. Hold it and cut it. Now you have your 2 pockets. One will sit here, they will sit here, and they'll kind of join here in the center. Super simple, huh? So whatever size that you're looking to make, always make it in a square first. I have found that they are a lot more, you know, well, they're the same size than when I try to do each one separate. Okay, so we do have some cutting that, as you can see, that this is going to hang over the edges, right? So let's go ahead and cut. Don't cut through the scoring where it connects. And we can turn it over, and I just kind of go almost to a 90-degree angle. Then when we fold it in, everything's hidden in the back where it belongs. .90-degree angle. Oh, what's Wilbur got? Oh, he's got cardboard. So one will sit on the left-hand side and one sits on the right-hand side. Now, this did not come together, and let me show you. That is where I put Attaboy across there from the chipboards, right across the center. And it made it so it wasn't bulky, and then it just gave it that nice envelope closure look. And that's in the chipboards. I'm going to go ahead and miter those corners and grab our book. Oh, well, let's put these on first. We need to put these on first. So I've got, I have that to my right. You know, that's not too bad of a price for in Canada. I know you guys get charged more, and I just don't get it. I really don't, Noreen. It's not like it's going that far from the United States. Okay, and then this one will go to the left-hand side. In Canada, Noreen, do they also give you the Amazon Prime for free shipping? Okay, match bar corners. See, that's where you could put anything there. Well, these are just from my new calendar collection. Let's see how cute. Hi, Sherry. That's true. If you want it, you need it, right? Exactly. All right. Just make sure it's open in the corners. A little stuck there, so I'm glad I checked. Hi, Terry. I got glue on stuff all over my fingers. Okay. Well, Terry, if you're doing it with us, don't do what I did here. Front of page 4, I do have mine upside down. Yes, now you can get the papers from me. We are shipping to Canada. I know it is a little bit more expensive. I wished it wasn't. But hopefully, if the border opens soon and you have a post office on this side of the pond, because a lot of Canadians do have me ship to a border post office, and then they just go grab it. So it's a lot cheaper if that's an option for you. And I only charge shipping. In fact, I don't even charge the full amount the USPS charges. I just don't get it. And now they're raising rates again, they said in October. Terry, it is addicting, but I keep you out of trouble at home. You stay there, right? Because who wants to go out when you can craft, right? Wasn't Bonnie's that she did live Friday amazing? Let me get that done. There we go. Pocket, which is going to go underneath. I know. They raise it in October every year. But it's not much. It's like 30 cents. So really, I'm not going to, I'm not too upset over that for 30 cents. That's what's going to hold it. Now, I didn't even use a magnet. I didn't put anything in there because the weight of our tag in there, and this one's going to be too long. This is too big. I gave you, so you might, that's not 5x7. Anyway, I need to cut this down. That's going to fit perfect. See, if it doesn't match perfectly down here, don't worry. That's where that little, hi, Monica. That's where that little chipboard fits. This is a better fit, 5x7. when we mat this, we're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut it 4 by 4 and cut it at a diagonal, and then it's going to fit your matting perfect. But the weight, see, the weight of that held it down nicely. So there's no magnet. I did not use anything for a closure. I'm just going to cut this down really quick. Because if I don't and stick it somewhere else, then I'll lose it. So it needs to be 5 by 7. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our pocket on. Then we're going to do the back of page 4, and we're done for today. You can actually go through and mat. I will post the video time to go live again on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I am going to go live same time, 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so that we can do the back cover, and I'll walk you through that at the end here. And we will mat the front cover, and I'll show you some of the little tricky spots of matting for anyone who needs to see that. I try to get it done in 2 sittings, but it never happens. Okay. Yeah, make sure you don't have any of these little, that's what I love my vacuum for. Okay, and I am worried about this pocket. Okay, I think it's going to interfere with the hinge, so we're going to fix it. How I fix these is I'm going to take off, on this one, I'm taking a full 1/8 of an inch off. I don't want it to get in the way of the page. Susan, I used to too, and then I found other methods because I put magnets on every single page. But then I had some crafters say, you know, I don't have access, or so I've kind of tried to find other ways. So I have cut this down. I took that 1/8 of an inch off, and now I'm just going to rescore. I'm not making a whole new pocket. Such a waste. So I did the rescoring. This paper, because it's linen, it weighs between 85 and 87 pounds. It's hard to give you an exact, I need to weigh it because it can differ when they mill the linen. It has to do with the way it's stamped. Oh, not the bronchitis, yeah. It's the perfect weight for the whole construction of your projects. Hello, Pamela. Okay, yeah, things will start falling out here. That's better. I really do want to keep away from that edge. Now see, I just rescored it. You can kind of see my score line there. It's not going to hurt a thing. We're going to do the back of page 4, and then I'm going to have lunch, Pamela, but I'm glad you were able to pop in. I'm getting glue everywhere. I know. Work does cause that. Maybe come towards fall, winter, I'll go back to evening. So that completes our page. Then you've got your pocket. Whoops. Make sure it's not sticking. But I did, and it's got a little spot there. Again, pick these up at the dollar store. Okay, back to page 4. This one you do want a magnet because it needs to be held shut with the magnet. Just nice little places there for your let me measure that and I'll tell you what size. If you have the little, I haven't used my, I've got to get out all my printer equipment. I've got to get my desk areas cleaned up. Sprocket, that little sprocket. See, these are 3.5 inch. So these are 3.5 inch squares. And the sprocket does 2x3 photos, which are really cool. And the whole spread's 11 inches. So it gives you either journaling room, however you like. And I'm kind of doing a quick measure here because I don't want to give you the wrong scoring sizes. And then this is what we're going to do Tuesday. Okay. And then this one, because this is going to take a little bit longer because we have to cut into the paper. So we will do those Tuesday. Oh, I sell the magnets, Ann, at Country Craft Creations. Actually, the owner of Basic Gray, he's still here in Utah, and he, I buy them directly from him. He continued making them, and they're the only ones I'll use because they don't break. I hate when magnets break and they're sharp. So at countrycraftcreations.com, the Basic Gray magnets is one of the only places to get them. There's a few other, but I hopefully will never stop selling them as long as he still provides me with them. I don't buy them anywhere else. Oh, I did round the corners on the last one. Okay. Page 4 is 11 inches and it is 7 7/8. I went 7 7/8 because I did not want this hanging over the edges anywhere. Yes, I do ship to Canada. It is now an option on the website, Anne. I like to forewarn you, shipping is a little high, but I only charge what the Postal Service charges. So it's also good if you can get with friends and do a bigger order, and then you guys split the shipping. Okay, we're going to start with the 11 inch across the top, and let's score it 1/2 inch, 4 inches, and 7.5 inches. So once again, 1/2, 4, 7 1/2. So I'm attaching this to the outside of the page. I'm going to put the 1/2 inch to my left. I'm going to fold, or accordion folding, and fold back. So it opens this way. This will be on the book. That will open that way. Okay. I did round the outside corners. You certainly could round all your corners if you wanted. You just got to be careful if you decide to do that. What I mean by careful is to make sure you've got a good punch. This one probably isn't going to give me the nice clean. Make sure you use your crocodile to go through those edges. Okay, let's go ahead and miter those corners. We will put the magnet on in just a minute. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. And let's grab the book. Again, I did not put it on the hinge side. I was really worried about the bulk. So I did put it on this outside edge. I love it, Pamela. You know, I've had it. Actually, I've got a couple of them and I lose them, but now I've made sure this one is really stays right here on my desk. It's not for heavy duty work, okay, but it is great for this. So you're going to have about a 1/16 of an inch top and bottom. So I just tucked it, you know, on the inside here just a little bit. And Pamela, we do have them in the store, but if you are coming to the October retreat, do not purchase it. So I'm going to have to give you a spoiler alert here. Do not purchase it if you're coming to the October retreat. And I'll be honest with you though, I like having more than one because I misplace it. All right. That glue will dry nice and clear. Yeah, well then don't buy it unless you want it right this moment. Oh, Erin's at college now, honey. My granddaughter went off to southern Utah to college. First one we've had leave the area. I mean, she's 5 hours away. Okay, isn't that fun? But we do need a magnet. So I'm going to put mine, I'm going to lift up this left-hand side. This is another one of those too. If you wanted, you could have a vertical pocket that would hold it shut. And the large basic gray magnet is going to hold this. So see how I just let it grab? I'm going to remove the backing. But I don't use, they come in small and large. See this, I use the large more than I use the small. Small are pretty strong too, but large are better. And so this makes a really, just a nice, fun element for someone. You can even put a pull tab here so that they know to pull. Then you can just open it, close it. And there you have your 5 pages. Well, oh, Anne, I wonder what you're buying. It shouldn't have come up that much. It should only be the $35 in shipping. I'll have to look at that. Yes, I am planning on doing another December daily, but as you know, I don't do my December dailies till January and February. So if you want the 2021 December daily, go back in my videos and you'll find them. I do them ahead of time. I don't like to do December dailies the month of December because you get to December and guess what? You can't make a book and take pictures and journal. So let me show you really quick. This tutorial is already, and actually I've got this album is for someone. I need to get it mailed to them. The December daily is already done for this year. And oh, you already did this one. Okay, this is the one for 2021. It's already done. It's already in Scrapbookers and on my YouTube. And it was a really fun one to do. So it's ready to go. See, my December dailies, I've been doing them this way for years now. We don't make them the month of December. What I do is I now go through and do all the journaling, and I go all through that with you guys. Oh, no, Anne, that shipping's not right. I need to look. But we did this ahead of time. One of my favorites was this one this year. Oh, you did the Cozy Christmas? Yeah. And they are, you know what? It's really fun when you have it pre-done, don't you think? And then you get to Christmas and you're ready. You're in December. And look at this. I still have, I need to finish this for her. You are ready to go. You have all of your journaling spots, everything. So if you want this tutorial and you want to get your December daily done, go into the files. And we had a lot of fun. And then again in January of 2022, I will repeat again. We'll make a brand new one for 2022. and you're going to be all ready to go then. But it's this one's big. I think this is going to be the perfect size. I think I've made a lot of different ones, but I think this is my favorite size. So you've got a nice cute pocket, and the whole idea is after you're done here, maybe you've got mementos that you want to put in there, and then you pull the tape off and you close it, and it's now a cute little keepsake place. I've got my calendar stuff in here. Let me get that out. And I do this over the whole month of January. Well, the end of January and the whole month of February once things calm down. And, you know, after Christmas, and you guys, I tell you, don't put away your Christmas paper. And I do try to make some kits with it. Oh, I'll bet it does. Yeah, this was a really, I loved it. I can't wait to start decorating. Now, this is December 25th. So this is where you're going to put your Christmas Day picture if you want. And then over here, the whole idea with this one was we had a junk journal we made. And I really love the junk journal. We even tea-dyed the paper, and Sally did some showing. But the kits back then had this little junk journal. So it was just like your introduction to junk journals without being, you know, overwhelming, and using some of our leftover Christmas papers and the washi tape. And then we made a cute little just pocket here with the page. So this was all included. We actually went and got, Sally and I went and found this. We went to an antique store and found the dictionary that was included. So you had a little junk journal, and you can actually carry that places with you. And last year's had a bookie, not last year, no, the year before was made for baking. So that one, you would have your baking stuff in there. Just a lot of fun places for memories. So be sure and visit that if you do want to do your December daily. Yeah, I've done them every year since 2018, and this is a nice big one. But back to our well-groomed. Well-groomed. We are going to create next week. If you don't have tags, I'll show you how to make them. These are just the G45 square tags, because we have to put them inside of our cardstock pattern paper before we put them down, of course. We're going to create this on Tuesday. Oops, grab my seam binding. I'll show you creating this. The year for baking was 20. This is 2021, so 2020. And I'll show you how to mat this little area behind your waterfalls and how to mat these pockets. So if you've never done those angle pockets, but the rest of the matting is in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations in the guides. There is a whole document you can print out, and we'll create our accordion file, which is awesome to keep medical records or things like that for your little puppies. And the front, we'll do the front cover. The back, the sides, you'll just want to, you can, I don't have to do those on tutorial. Okay, guys, well, we got through it. Only one little place I got to go back and fix. And it's ready to start matting. Again, don't just use Well Groomed with this, because I really can see some fun albums created out of this, especially with coming up the holidays. It's going to make a great, it's perfect, I think, for Halloween, because it's not too big, not too small, and yet you've got lots of fun spaces for memories. And I will see you then Tuesday, August 24th. Reminder will be put up on Scrapbookers. Hopefully, I can stream on Scrapbookers next week. I don't know why it won't connect, but we'll get it finished. Thanks, everybody. Oh, fall's going to be great for this. I am looking forward to fall. So thanks for joining me today. I love being here with all you guys, even though I can only read your comments. It's like we're crafting together. So I'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.